Here we go!
Hello.
Okay, so we are back, but kind of. Leanne's still having some vertigo issues, so we are doing our Disney bucket list couples edition, but more like a Disney date. So if we could plan a date at Disney, like a day without the children, because we have three small kids, which are currently 7, 5, and 2. So I don't foresee a time in the near future that we will go to Disney without them. So we haven't talked to each other about what our perfect date would be. So we're going to go through it. We have how many things? We have 5. We have 5 different things that each of us have planned on our dream Disney date.
Could be an event, a stop,
money is no option.
Going to make that day.
Yeah. So let's start with the first one. Do we just want to say like 1, 2, 3?
You go first.
Also, by the way, this is how you keep the Disney magic alive. On like a day-to-day, like you do these dream things and you talk about like a dream vacation or a dream date or like a dream time at Disney, and it helps you get excited for the times that when they come, and it gives you ideas of what like your husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, family, whoever wants to do, and then maybe you can surprise them. Like one year I surprised Chris with tickets to the Not So Scary Halloween party, which he didn't think we were going to do, and it was awesome. And by the way, you can go back and watch those videos. It's from like 2017. It was really fun. Anyways, okay, so first stop. Do you want to just tell you?
First stop, yeah.
My first stop, we will start the day at Epcot.
Okay.
We're going to start the day at Epcot with Starbucks being the very first thing that we do, obviously, because that's us. And we'll have like a little nibble until World Showcase opens. And when World Showcase opens, we will begin eating our way around the world because it will be like the Flower and Garden Festival. So that is our first stop.
All right. Well, on a similar note, I was thinking we would also start the day at Epcot. In my case, we would do it during the Food and Wine Festival.
But you've never been to the Flower and Garden.
I never have been to the Flower, but I have been to the Food and Wine a couple of times.
But now that I've been to the Flower and Garden, it's pretty awesome.
And it would make my Disney date, because those moments when we've done them in the past, like most of her family, except for her father, who used to do this with us, could not have cared less.
Yeah, but when Dad was alive, he would go with us to all the festival parties.
So we would split off from the rest of the group, and when her father was here, he would go with us. And we would have snacks. We would watch all the little shows and stuff that they have going on at that particular time. And those for me were some of the best times and memories we have at Disney. So I would absolutely do that again.
So first thing, hey, we match. Okay, so our first stop on our dream Disney date is Epcot. Mm-hmm. Second thing that I would make sure we would do for our Disney date, oh man. But well, Eat Around the World was kind of like 1 and 2 because I want to make sure that we get to eat the cheddar ale soup from, I forget which place, Le Cellier? I don't know. I've never been, but I would want us to make sure we ate some of that as we made our way around the World Showcase. So that's kind of the eating around the World Showcase is my second thing.
Okay. Well, for mine, I would see eating around during, for instance, the Food and Wine Festival. Portions are all small. You just kind of nibble through the whole thing.
So that would kind of be your lunch.
So yeah, there wouldn't be breakfast that day. We would just go and, maybe we would have coffee or whatever, or like protein bars, which we have done when it's been me and her. And then just go nibbling on things. But as the day started, halfway through or whatever, I would actually break off because we have park hopper tickets in my scenario. And we would leave for Disney Springs to go to Raglan Road for a proper meal.
Raglan Road is so good.
Mm-hmm. And for anyone who doesn't know, that is an Irish pub they have at Disney Springs. They have live music and dancing.
It's so wonderful.
It is just phenomenal in there. We have been, I think we've only actually been once.
Yeah. But it was so wonderful. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to go back. I think we went on like an anniversary, like our first anniversary or something.
I'm pretty sure we had your family with us, and we just kind of split away from them and went to lunch on our own.
I don't know.
Emma was very young, and your mom was watching her while we went out.
Sweet. Well,
So we
thanks,
kind of
Mom.
had a date within our Disney vacation the one time that we went.
Awesome. All right. So we're on the same lines. Everything is going to probably revolve around food with us. Okay. So our third thing. Well, in my scenario, we also have park hopper tickets. Okay. So in my third place, we would go over to, we would park hop over to Hollywood Studios, where we would go immediately to Galaxy's Edge, and we would both create our own, well, he would create his own lightsaber, I would create my own droid, and we would get some Ronto wraps if we were hungry. Definitely ride Rise of the Resistance. That's the only ride that we would be doing there. And then, well, that's step number 3. Hollywood Studios,
Okay.
Rise of the Resistance, and Ronto wraps.
See, I thought about going there, but I did not, because when you're planning a date, you can't always hit all of the stops. So in mine vision, we've already spent first half of the day at Epcot. We just finished a semi-early supper at Raglan Road. We would then be hopping over to the Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
So in your scenario,
Which-
it's Halloween.
Yes, definitely. Well, during the Food and Wine Festival and the Halloween Party overlap in the last half of the Food and Wine Festival usually. So
Yeah, true.
again, this is something that we've done before. Most of the time, it's been myself, Amanda, and the family. We sort of got her family into it during vacations now, which is fun because they weren't as into Halloween as we were, but it's just way too much fun anyway. But it still has that connection, me and her personally, where it's kind of was our thing, and
It's
I
been
would do
so
it any
much
chance
fun.
we could. I would, however, the very first time that we went, she wasn't sure about it. She wasn't as into Halloween, much like the rest of her family. Then I kind of corrupted her on that one. But she wasn't going to like wear costumes or anything like that. But once we were there, and
I got
and
bit
the
by
day
the
was
bug.
there, she did. So we actually made a trip out of the parks and went to a Dollar Tree or
Yeah,
something.
and got like
and we
fairy
scrambled
wings.
together some costumes. Yeah. So since then, since we've had our kids with us and stuff, we haven't
Yeah.
really gone in costume. Again, I would totally go all out this time, plan it ahead of time, and we
That
would
would be
absolutely
fun.
be in costume.
That would be fun. So that's a good number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay, number 4. We would then leave Hollywood Studios and park hop over to Magic Kingdom, because that's where we're going to end the evening. Where by this point the food would have worn off, and we would go over and get some Casey's corn dog nuggets, because I love them. I hope you love them. I don't really know, but you like their hot dogs, right? Mm-hmm. So we would go to Casey's Corner and we would do that, and we would get those, and then just ride some of our favorite rides after getting some of that.
Which is?
Well, I think Winnie the Pooh would be a must.
See, Winnie the Pooh is the first thing that jumped into my mind, and if you were to ask me, I wouldn't have said it's my favorite, but it's where my mind immediately goes first.
It's a
thing when I
very
think of
us
Magic
ride.
Kingdom.
Well, and then I would want to do like Space Mountain. I think Space Mountain's fun. I think we had a fun time with it, and just some of the ones like the carousel and Dumbo. Like, I know it seems silly, but the ones that we really like, we're always with the kids, so it would be fun to ride with each other,
Well, honestly,
especially once it gets nighttime.
it's the more kid-centered rides that I really enjoy there, because they're the ones when I was a kid that I loved, and the movies and shows that I grew up.
Yeah.
So when I'm at Disney, I love being able to experience those things.
Those are fun. So what's your number 4?
My number 4, mind you, we're at Magic Kingdom at this point for the Halloween Festival, but we would go to the Christmas shop and pick out a Christmas ornament.
I forgot our tradition.
Yeah. It is traditional. Anytime we have a vacation at Disney, we get an ornament, and we have the year put on it and everything. In this case, I can assume, since this is just a date, maybe this isn't like the family vacation. We might actually go at another point. But since we very rarely get the chance to go, just me and her, we would absolutely commemorate it with an ornament anyway.
Oh, yeah. That would be fun. Oh, so that's your number 4?
That's my number 4.
All right, so you ready for number 5?
Mm-hmm.
So number 5, this one's a toss-up. Okay, so I have 2 scenarios.
Okay.
One scenario is we're so full of like real food that we do the dessert party, firework dessert party.
Mm-hmm.
And because money is no object, I have paid Disney to bring back Wishes or Happily Ever After, and they decide to play those both in succession. No, Happily Ever After would actually be amazing. So Disney's going to bring back Happily Ever After. You heard it here first. I don't know if they are, but I would pay them to just for that night, and we would do the dessert party, and then they would usher us into our special seats, which have a beautiful view, and we'd watch fireworks. That's scenario 1. So this is like 0.5.1,
fantasy
and then yeah, it's Disney. It's magical. Our son says Disney magic is real, and I'm not telling him it's not.
It does. It does.
So the other scenario, which is probably more realistic, is we would end the night at Cinderella's royal table. We would have a view where right at the window where we'll be able to see all the beautiful fireworks and the people on Main Street and all of the lights and stuff. And we would be eating dinner as the parade was going off, or the fireworks were going off, and Happily Ever After, because it's going to bring back, is playing, and we would end the night like that. That would be very nice.
Very nice. Yes.
Plus, we never ate there, and I really want to eat there.
In my my 5th stop, since price is no object, and this is something we have not done in the past so far, which this is the only thing so far I've come up with that we haven't actually done yet.
Yeah.
We would be leaving the parks at this point, having just concluded the Halloween party, and we would go back to our room at the Grand Floridian. To be perfectly honest, I would have picked, what's the Polynesian? It's called the Polynesian. That's the Polynesian one, yes, that is called the Polynesian. But Amanda has always wanted to go to the Grand Floridian,
yes.
And it is a more romantic atmosphere, especially if you're into like old-timey movies and stuff and you're familiar with the decor. So I think I would pick that for our date, and we would go back there into the room, and
you can watch the fireworks from there. It'd be beautiful. Yeah. They do have bungalows now, though, on the water at the Polynesian. Those might be nice. Those could be like a second option to the Floridian for me. It was fun. It was fun dreaming up a date night and thinking about what we would do and what fun things. You know, if money was no object and we didn't have 3 small children, that would be with us anyways. But this is something you can do easily at home. Or it doesn't have to be a date night. Like, dream up your perfect Disney day, and it doesn't have to be at one park. And then, you know what? Put it on a bucket list. Maybe one day you can make it a reality. We're totally gonna be ballers. Maybe one day, then we could go and do all these things. When the kids are grown, and Disney costs like
dream it, you can do it.
A mortgage. Oh, that's nice. All right, guys. Hopefully we'll have Liam back with me next week. If not, you'll see us again. But that is all for now. So until next time, have a magical day.